Hey everybody, Shay here. Welcome back. I am still going through, of course, the Cyberpunk 2077 library of videos on their official channel. I am down here. We still got a few to go. They're all shorter in length, and so I'm going to try to just knock a couple of these out. I'm not going to do the music ones because I can listen to the music myself, and what I'm trying to get is just the visuals. I'm trying to get some information about the lore. I'm trying to get character ideas, and I figure this is a good way to burn away the last few days before the game is launched. So without further ado, let's get right to this one right here. So cinematic trailer behind the scenes. Okay, so this is like the motion capture. Let's check this out. I mean, they did such a good job with the model acting that it has to be motion capture. Like some of the, like, imagine the amount of film they got, even for all the NPCs walking around, and all of that stuff would have had to been motion captured. Most of it. I'm sure they can fiddle around afterwards when the model is captured and in the and all wired up and stuff. But look at this. Oh, that's a cool way to do it. This looks really cool. And then there's of course the art on top of them. There's the graffiti on top of the surfaces. Crazy talk. Look at this. Look at that graffiti. It looks legitimately like it looks completely organic, and that's just crazy. Look at that. It's so cool.
God damn it. Be my man.
I love how they did that. It looks so good. Look at that. All the phonetics. I think I watched a video on that, like the different languages. Like I watched that one on Twitter, I think. In different languages, the lip syncing actually respects the intonations, and I've caught that somewhere. Yeah, that's cool. How they do this, man. So impressive. That's weird though, because I mean, like, it feels like a main character right now to the I'm saying, based on all the trailers. Crazy talk. Water graphics always like blow my mind, man. Nasty. Oh, it's so nasty. It's so awesome. Whoa. Crazy talk. Can you imagine? Oh. It just feels so cool. Yeah. Good lord, man. It's really good, man. Very impressed. Very impressed. When you like, I can't wrap my head, because like we've seen those shots for the trailers, you know, but we're talking about like when you expand beyond that, and all of the NPCs, again, the settings, the every nook and cranny of the city having that level of detail. I mean, unless it's smaller than I think, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be pretty substantial, like, areas. Like, this is the guy who wrote the music, I think.
You're a samurai.
I've heard this guy talk though. Okay, so this is the actual feature video. I think I watched just a bit. I'm gonna get the soundtrack. I think it's pretty rad. Man, I had this phase in the 90s, industrial. Jeez, I would stay up until 2 or 3 in the morning because there was a radio station around here that would do like late night stuff during high school. Jesus. I would be so tired, but I would record that 1 hour segment because it was the way that I could get the industrial music, and I just had these tape cassettes, collections of industrial stuff, and then I would go seek out stuff that kept repeating, you know. But I would do art to it. I would do writing to it. I would do comics back in the when I was a teenager. I was doing comics. It was crazy. It was a good time. Those were good times. Okay, and then we have live here. Let's click it. I mean, if it's not something that that feels like I could, well, it's the Game Awards. Oh, so they were doing like live performances of the music in the game at the Game Awards. I mean, I'll probably watch this on my own too if it's just like the music. Here, let's skip ahead. Yeah, I just want to see the visuals and what's going on here. Okay, so it's more like just performance not actually live singing it. I'll watch these on my own more fully. I want to get more to the info of things, just because I am really working on I want to get into the world early, and I want to think about character concepts and shit. So that wasn't what I saw. The one I saw was, I believe the case itself looked like a Cyberpunk case, unless it was for a different game now. Anyways, we have the gig here, Cyberpunk 2077 official trailer. See some new footage here.
Get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on.
City like any other, just bigger.
I want to see more of the zones, man.
Legends are born here.
The music is great. This man,
We're only here because
they're great.
pulling the strings. Doubt that puts us in the same league as them.
But we are. They just don't know it yet. But if you got the cojones and you know how to use them, you can do damn near anything.
Oh, that it feels like that might have been like a Chinatown sort of area.
With a bang, right?
Might be going on here.
You know, you can make heaps more eddies as a motivational speaker.
The throat punching in this game, man. I've seen a couple of them now, but it feels like that's a move.
You're meant to come out in one
I'm
piece.
seeing some more vehicles.
How about we go over the plan?
There's this prototype tech,
That's silly.
biochip to be precise.
That's a cool
Just
trailer.
grab it.
Guessing it belongs to a court.
Arasaka.
We're robbing some heavy hitters.
Thought you could blackmail me, fucker?
High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife.
Ka-ting, baby.
Goes without saying.
Oh, man.
We do this on the hush. Ideally,
How many
no
vehicles
bodies,
will there
not a
be?
one.
There's got to be like, I imagine there's gonna be like core. There's gonna be core vehicles, and then you can customize them or something like that.
Don't you worry, mi amor. We're bulletproof. Your ass moving now!
What the fuck just happened in
Every scene feels so different, man. Like I get, once you start fighting, I suspect it'll start to feel the same-ish, because you'll see the same moves. But look, like this is, like you're in a first person doing your thing, but then there's like clips in that experience, you know,
Can't risk it, V.
And you, who are you?
which I think, what? Yeah,
Fuck.
I have to do with this guy. What's going on here? Ah, okay. Like a glitch inside your own. The Ghost in the Machine is glitched. That one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. All right, let's do the next one. We have, I'm going, where am I right now? The gig. We have Cyberpunk 2077, Cyberpunk Endrunner. So this is announcement video. What's Edge Runners?
What I do basically on
parkour?
this project
No.
is that I am a fixer, to put it in the words of the Cyberpunk universe. We are a game company. We are a bunch of nerds, and wherever there are nerds, there's going to be anime fans. So it was always a dream for us.
He
to
said
make
anime, like I say sometimes when I
began
start talking
this
about manga, I
project,
start saying
We
anime.
were certain that we didn't want
Anime.
to
Anime.
make
I don't feel so
a
bad anymore.
recreation of the game. Cyberpunk Edge
Wait, so-
Runners is a standalone story
Oh.
set in the same universe. The
Oh.
stage is still Night City, but everything else is totally new. New characters, new story.
I
do
love
think that
expanded.
It's going to be a great gateway for
Yeah.
newcomers to come and check Cyberpunk.
World build
game
on
and
top.
also
Yeah,
the
hell
Cyberpunk
yeah.
genre
But wait,
as a
what
whole.
is this?
Right
Standalone,
now we're in
though.
Nakano, which is one of the biggest anime meccas of the world.
Are you
I'm gonna take
making
you
it-
to Studio Trigger right now because we have the wonderful opportunity to talk to the dream team that will be bringing you this anime.
こん
Oh,
にちは。トリガーの代表取締役
Okay.
の大塚です。
That's cool.
今石です。
キャラクタ
I'll
ー
get
デ
it.
ザインを担当する
where is this coming?
お願いします。
今回はそのサイバーパンクという
最強の布
The
陣
music
で
in the background reminds me of how I felt when I was watching a lot of the No Man's
してい
Sky
きたい
stuff,
と思います。お楽しみに。
which was, oh, that looks awesome. Cool. I'll check that out. Hey, working up the list. We got Night City here, Wire. Oh, Night City Wire, episode 1. How long? 25 minutes. Well, I didn't expect that. Maybe we'll save this for an episode so I can focus on it. Well, it looks like there's some trailer replay in here. Let's just go for it. Let's do it. I feel like they're gonna go through some of this. We might be able to speed through some of this. Like we've seen some of this. So let me start tapping. I feel like I've seen that shot too, though. Like I feel like I haven't seen these, but then I see enough where I go, I feel like I've seen the setup. Cool. So we got the reveal. So this is what I imagine was gonna happen. We're gonna see some repeats here.
What you have just seen is only the prologue of the game. So that awesome stuff is only happening in the first few quests. What the trailer shows you is really our stage, the Night City. You know, this gigantic city built of 6 completely unique districts. surrounded by the seventh one
Like
that
that
we call
right
the
there.
Badlands. As a
That's
player,
and
you
that's
are
not even one
meeting
of the
Jack,
6 because I
Jack, and
thought,
his
okay,
friends.
one of them
Now,
will be the wasteland. It's
they
just
together
expansive. It doesn't matter.
are
But
trying to reach out for something that is very precious. They are trying to reach out for this chip of immortality, this gateway to eternal life. Jackie introduces you to Fixer Dexter Deshawn. He's a very important person in
this
a
is like the
social
opening,
ladder
like the
of
stuff they've been
Cyberpunk.
showing us. It's not like
He
massive
is able
spoilers.
to
It's
provide
the
a
opening.
player with
It's probably
various
setting up
jobs
like
and
the main
contracts
plot, you know, and
to
then
be able to gather
you
money to be
they
able
set
to
you free in the
modify their
world,
bodies,
the
push
city.
themselves to the limits to put their hands on the chip.
Did mention a 7th district, a place called Badlands. Now
That's
we
what
saw a
I'm
few
gonna
shots
learn
of this
about the
in the trailer, but I'd
Badlands,
love for you
'cause
to
I
give us
feel
a bit
like
more detail about the
there's a
district
nomad
outside of the
area.
city walls.
Okay, so the
I'm
Badlands
like
is
drawn
this
to it.
dead, dried out space
Yeah, man.
going around the whole night city.
I think my idea
And
is starting
as a
to.
player, you'll be access different type of open world content that has been prepared specifically for you to get that awesome feel of the Badlands as an
Of just driving.
In the trailer,
Ha.
we also saw like a completely metal creature. Now he didn't
Spent
look
a
like he
lot
was
of-
from the Maelstrom gang. This looked like
Wow.
2020 by our senpai Mike Pondsmith.
Nice.
Adam
Senpai.
Slasher is
Nice.
a fully converted cyborg. He was always a loyalist of Arasaka. And time has changed, and in 2077 he had to find his own space in Night City. But to find out, you have to play the game.
I feel like buying the books
in
at this
trailer,
point.
we do see some flashes.
I gotta
of
calm
Ripper
down.
Call Victor Vector. I mean, if people have watched our
I do feel like I've
previous
seen him on a
gameplays,
cover
they
of
might
some
remember him.
of
But
one of
I'd
the books.
really like for you to give
Maybe?
the people at home
That's
some more
a long time
information
ago.
about time to show you some gameplay of Braindance. This is a feature that you'll experience when you play Cyberpunk 2077. Braindance is essentially a recording of somebody else's experience. It allows you to relive their sense of sight.
Braindance editor.
Those psycho freaks from the studio.
Got it.
And remember, everything on full blast. They'll spot us extra for a wicked adrenaline high. Okay, on you go.
So I don't get this Braindance editor, layer visual,
Wanna see you kissing the flooring?
working
Money,
broken.
now, or I will fucking drop you, I swear to God!
So this isn't real? I'm a little confused as to what they were talking about now. I'm getting. You're reliving someone's experience. So something happens and you can jack into a memory, an essence, a piece of something that happened. Oh, because I guess all the cyberware, they might be like recording like residual like memories as data, something like that. Oh, and then that's what you're. Oh god, it's like a drug. Okay. Maybe. Am I fanfic headcanoning right now?
Too much. Could feel the guy's
Oh yeah.
pain, his stress, his
That's pretty cool.
hope wrapped up.
Great
in
narrative
something else.
opportunities here. Huge narrative
Probably
opportunities.
took a booster just before. You'll be fine.
Holy
Got
crap.
everything set up?
It's literally living vicariously, like that line, which is living vicariously through someone who like lives, a life that you can't live for whatever reason, and then you kind of just hear their stories. You experience them. In this game, you experience. Well, in this world, you
Whole scene's yours. Full cam control in analysis mode, so move around,
Wow.
zoom in and out, whatever else you
Wow.
want. Think of it as your own little sandbox.
Wow.
So analysis mode, you control playback. Can even pause when you feel the need.
There's so
Then
many
use the
layers to
editor
this
console
game,
to
man.
unpause. Try it.
Plan simple. Do nothing.
What?
Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out.
It's like investigatory, just to see like if anything else is going on in the scene. And
Tell, right? Well, that's not all. You can speed things up or rewind.
oh my gosh,
Give it a try. Rewind. Roll it back to the top.
I sort of have a gimmick like this I use narratively. Well,
All good. Neat. Now try fast forwarding a bit.
Plan simple. Do nothing. Don't be creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out.
Okay. You can also reset the recording. That'll take you right back to the beginning. Try it.
this is like the tutorial right here, which is baked into the game experience itself and the story. Well done, if that's what's happening, but I feel it is. Like follow Judy's instructions. Jesus, and then you can go into layers of scanning.
Focus on the heat. The gun this gonk gets from his buddy at the beginning. Now scan it.
Oh my gosh.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out. And remember,
It's like they could hide things like in all of these. Like there's so many layers.
Let's move on.
Scan, inspect the gun.
Heads up. In analysis mode, you can ferret out background noise and conversations if the roller got close enough. This tech records everything, every little detail,
What the
even
fuck?
the sights and sounds the roller was never aware of.
So wait, what do they do with the gun? I didn't
Sources
see
of
anything
recorded
pop up with the
sensory
gun.
Signals, switch to the audio layer in the editor. Go ahead and try that now.
What did you do? Oh my
Now you
gosh.
should see
Is this
several
where conversations
sound
are happening or
signatures
something? Okay. Okay.
Choose one and hone in on it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we have a deal today on 2 flavors. Cuddy and surfing. Everybody!
So, any thoughts?
Unbelievable. Seriously, like what's happening right next to me.
Yeah, it's how BD recording implants work. They pick up everything, all the elements in the background. Then an editor tweaks them.
Oh my gosh.
Keep playing with the sound, explore it a bit. We'll move on when you get bored.
Wanna see you kissing the flooring? Money! Net!
Sometimes you can analyze extra layers in the raw. Stuff the rollers
Oh my.
picked up.
Like what?
Ev's got Kiroshi optics that grab infrared, meaning you should be able to grab heat signatures from her recording.
Huh. Hella nice.
Scanning.
Wow.
Walk up to the wounded chick. Try scanning her. Alright, next thing. Scroll forward to the part where our artist gets a lead injection.
Oh, unconscious now. Oh, I see. There's something popped up there. Maybe I missed it for the gun. Store customer. Unconscious. Because you're still on. Okay, okay.
See that? They shot him and he never saw it coming.
Oh, shit.
But you will.
Oh, that's
My
awesome.
favorite part of the game. See the blinking thing over the entrance? Surveillance cam. Must have caught our shooter. You'll see in a sec. Cam
What?
feeds to the screen behind the clerk.
What?
Roll back to where the screen.
What the hell?
Then scan it.
Oh my gosh. Madness, I tell you. This is madness.
His own Chumba shot him. Probably planned to all along. Must have got
Wow.
a nice slice of cred on the black market for a BD
Wow.
like this. BD freaks are ready to pay a preem for a real flatline. Anyway, if you've seen enough, you can exit.
Wow. That's impressive. Jesus.
Yeah, it's impressive, right? It's too bad most of the BDs we do here are only good for flogging the log.
So Braindance
Nice.
is a pretty big part of the Cyberpunk universe. It's
That's
not
what we get
just
to look
something
forward to,
used
huh?
for
Lines
adult
like that.
films. There is
It was originally used for things like therapy and prisoner rehabilitation.
That's
But by
crazy.
2077, it's
The lore
become
that they
this
build
global
around this
media
idea,
industry,
and then the idea turns
including things
into
like movies, mass
technology
entertainment,
that,
things
of
like
course,
video games, some interactive things, and
gets
of course,
abused.
adult fare as well.
Because it's cyberpunk.
Now, in our
Settled on is this Braindance
quest
editor
design,
mode.
right? I mean-
As a player, you will be able to run the Braindance in the editor mode and see different clues that
Oh
have
my
been
gosh.
registered on the peripheral of given actor. Now, as a player, you can slide on the timeline of the recording, back and forth, trying to uncover different clues. And that clues are actually telling a story in the game. So, as a player, you will
My
run
brain.
different investigations that will lead you to different mysteries, and you will uncover them actually using that Braindance as a mechanics in the game.
So, as Pavel was saying, we use Braindance as a storytelling tool. It's not a collectible. It's not something where you're going to go in and you're going to play it and you're going to be like, I've seen this before. What we use Braindance for is to give you a keyhole into the life of the residents of Night City. And we can explore things like childhood trauma, religion, various philosophical ideas in a way that you might not otherwise experience in a story about a mercenary on the tough streets. When we come up with a character, we start with their function. What is this person? What do they do in the story? But we don't stop there. We go back and we figure out what was their childhood like, what was their upbringing like, what kind of obstacles did they face in this harsh reality, and did they overcome them, and how did they overcome them, or did they not overcome them, and why? And you can see all of those things in their environment, in their dialogues, in sort of how they operate in the world. And we come up with that for all of our characters. Now,
like with our Witcher 3 team, with Patrick and like everybody that has stayed with us since the Witcher 3 time, we really have grown so much.
I mean,
we have learned so much, and we have used
and that there's no transition screens like
into the quest that we have made. And you will not find really a filler in this game. Like everything has a meaning. Like we put so much effort into making sure that everything is rewarding, is interesting, is talking about characters, as Patrick said, is talking about worlds, is talking about emotions, like touching the player in a really, like a real way. So I started this notebook actually when we were really starting Cyberpunk. At the very beginning, I wrote the first note, and it says pretty much something along the lines of that we're starting with a prototype. And then, you know, I kept on basically noting things that we've been working on for like next years. I remember once when our concept artists actually approached me and they said that they want to take a look on my notebook. I was like, what for actually? And they took some pictures and they told me, yeah, well, you know, because we are looking for a reference material for notes of a psychopathic killer.
Oh my gosh.
You may find maybe some of my notes in the game.
But he scribbled over
Patrick,
all of it.
So much for joining
I'm near certain I've watched at least one of these, and it had to be about the maybe the life paths, maybe. But with that, we're gonna wrap this one up because we've hit time, and I can continue this. I guess these Night City ones are half an hour each, so we'll try to do a couple small ones. But the thing is, like, I like to go in order just because there's like continuity there. Like they're using clips from the previous videos when they did something like Night City here, they were putting in clips from these other trailers down here. So I want to see, let's see, it's music. So we'll open up with the Night City, and then we'll do a couple more short ones. And life paths. Okay, so there might be one where I might have already seen pieces. I don't know if I might tap. But I keep saying that, and I never do it because I keep getting just absorbed into what I'm watching. So maybe I've just cut around some of the things just to keep it a little tighter for you, and so that I'm not just completely bringing all this content into these episodes. There's stuff that makes you want to go into the channel here for Cyberpunk 2077 and check out these videos for yourself in their completeness if I don't end up doing so on these episodes here. I do feel like at this point I'm just going kind of like gaga, and I feel like I'm repeating myself because things feel like my brain can't wrap around the level of detail that is in these things. But that being said, I look back all the way over here, right, and I see 8 years ago, 7 years ago, and that these conceptual stages, right, but they were already working on things 8 years ago. Even if it was conceptually, they definitely had trailers ready by, I don't know, like this looked pretty fleshed out, you know, this gameplay one, even though stuff isn't like final and whatever. It was 2 years ago, and there was a lot of substance already in that little chunk of game. So man, I feel like this is going to be a robust game that is just going to make me get lost in it, in the world itself. Not so much even the core story for me at this point is starting to disappear into the background, because I feel like there's so much that could potentially be done in this game just from an exploration standpoint. Just an explorer gamer like I am, like this is the kind of thing where, you know, I know what happened when I came to Skyrim. I can certainly see and feel what's going to happen when I enter this game. I'm going to deviate, and that deviation is just if I come up with a decent enough character, I will have the role-playing signals I'm looking for, and that will likely get me onto some path where it's creating its own story until I kind of navigate, veer back into the main plot. And hopefully the main plot is flexible enough to allow that kind of distraction to happen and still feel like it's seamlessly bending back in towards that pillar plot, the main plot. Well, I'll just call it the pillar plot at this point. Yeah, just because it's something with quest line games that kind of have you deviate, and then it's like you're doing something, but there's like urgency in the main plot, but you're not dealing with the urgency because you've split off and gotten distracted, and something in the side plot maybe has you travel across the town, and you know, like the conceptually, like, oh, that probably took a couple hours, and there was like something that needed to happen, or you had to meet someone in this other plot line, and then all of a sudden timeline starts to get very strange. Now, us as players, we sort of like stitch all that together, and I call it headcanon fanfic, where we just create our own continuity where that kind of experience made sense, because you just shuffle it together and then you make that linear continuity out of that experience. And I feel like that's really what's happening as I watch these. I feel like there's going to be deviation. There's going to be my own headcanon is going to go off crazy, and then I'm going to have to like force myself or like find some way to kind of navigate back into the main plot, unless the game just does that seamlessly. And hopefully I'll learn some of that stuff as well as I go up this library. So I'll catch you in the next episode, where maybe some of those questions will be answered. I'll catch you there. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace.